it's a really cool situation that, you know, it doesn't happen every day. So just try and take it in, enjoy it, and take it, you know, one game at a time.
All right, Cal, like last week, we got a little fun activity at the end of this one. But I do want to get into what has been just an incredible homestand to start with, coming back from the road trip. All of a sudden, we're starting to see that offense again. What got it going?
Just, you know, good at bats, you know, it's contagious. So, you know, running the bases well, hitting with runners in scoring position, drawing our walks, you know, a couple long balls here and there, but you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, when guys start rolling, it's hard to stop. So it's been a good homestand so far. Just got to finish it out.
Is that the case then, that if you aren't, obviously pitchers and everything else comes into play, but are there times when the at-bats fall off a little bit and reminders are needed?
Yeah, I mean, it's baseball, right? I mean, you're going to run into, I mean, it's a cliche answer, but it's true. I mean, you're going to run into some good pitchers. You're going to run into, you know, a few roadblocks here and there every once in a while, and it's just kind of how it goes. And there's going to be times when things are going your way and times when they don't go your way. So, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, you don't want it to happen. It happens sometimes, and kind of like hitting is contagious in a good way, it can also be contagious in a bad way. So, but just trying to continue to find ways and grind through those and try to shorten those windows like we talked about, and trying to find ways to win even when, you know, things aren't going your way.
Is it easier to do that at this time of the year as opposed to early in the year?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty set in stone as far as, like, you know, the lineup's pretty set. You know, guys are, you know, you pretty much are who you are at this point, in the sense of, you know, you've gotten plenty of ABs under your belt. You're not, you don't need more ABs. You're not trying to search. You're not in that kind of situation. So I think it is, yeah.
What does the set lineup do for you?
It just brings a consistency every day, and, you know, guys, it makes you, you know, you're able to do your job a lot easier, you know, when, you know, all right, well, I'm going to be in the lineup, I'm going to be in the same spot every day. I know what my job is, you know, I'm trying to get on base, or I'm trying to drive in runs, or my job's, you know, to protect this guy, or vice versa, whatever it is. So it's nice to have a consistency every single day, and like I said, it brings that peace of mind, and you don't have to show up to the field every day, oh, am I going to get, you know, moved down because I went 0 for 3, or, you know, just having to check every single day, you know, kind of looking over your shoulder in a way.
Is there more cohesion when it's, you know, from batter to batter to batter, some of the things that you just talked about? Does that make it your job maybe a little more clear?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, like I said, everybody's got a different job on the team, and, you know, obviously everybody wants to do well, but it's getting that consistency, getting that rhythm of, you know, all right, this is what I need to do. This every day. I know I'm going to be slotted here, and my job's to get ready, help the team do this, X, Y, and Z, and makes it a little easier, like I said, getting into a rhythm, finding that consistency, you know, and it's everything from the little things to the big things when it comes to that.
I haven't asked you this, but when you were moved to 2, how is that different for you?
I mean, it's just a quicker turnaround, you know, as far as, like, getting up to the plate. You know, you're getting more ABs, you know, you're not getting as much time to, you know, because you're in the top of the order, so you're not getting as much time to, you know, watch the pitcher, watch what's going on. So, yeah, just a quicker turnaround time.
Let's get to the Logan game, and your game too. You did something in that as well. That was a dramatic turnaround. I mean, he went from what looked like his worst outing of the year to one of his best, with career highs in the strikeouts and the swing and misses, obviously. I saw you having a conversation with him on the track when we were in Philadelphia. Did you have anything to do with that? I think is what I'm saying.
No, I mean, you know, I give credit to Logan. You know, like I said, it shows the kind of character that he has, you know, coming back after a really tough outing. You know, just a frustrating year for him in general. We say that, and he's got, you know, a 3-something ERA, and he's pitching well, has a lot of strikeouts, but, you know, to where his standards are and where he knows how good he is, you know, like I said, just frustrated with the injury, and that's kind of bit him a little bit this year, and some of our other guys as well. So, but like I said, it shows the kind of guy he is, and to come back like that, and make the adjustments, and like a true pro he is, and like he had one of his best outings, and it's just trusting that things like that are going to happen every once in a while. You're going to have really bad games, and he's going to have more of them. It's going to happen again down the road. And that's it's just about how you respond to it, and give credit to him. He stood up to the challenge and took it head on. So
he mentioned being frustrated to us just in that last outing, having been frustrated with just not getting to where he wanted to be. I imagine. I mean, how often do you see him with that kind of frustration, or have you seen him with that throughout the years?
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell when guys are frustrated with themselves, and it goes back to guys expect a lot of themselves, especially that group of starting pitchers, because of how good and consistent they've been, and with this year being a few injuries and all that other stuff, it's
somebody's been barking a lot this week.
Yeah, but it's just been tough, because they have they have high expectations, and it's my job to try to help out and try to if they need my input or my take on anything, then I can do that.
Was there anything extra you gave him in that situation? Anything that you know him as well as anybody else does, that you saw that, hey, I just let him know it's okay? Or
no, I mean, I talk with all the guys throughout the season, in between starts, whether it's a couple sentences or it's a whole dialogue. It's different for every guy. We try to debrief, we try to talk about what went right, what went wrong, and there's always a little dialogue there with that. So nothing different than any other time. Obviously he doesn't usually have those kind of starts, but those happen every now and then, unfortunately.
Do you write down things after starts about your pitchers?
No, I don't.
You keep it all up here?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but yeah, no, I like I said, we talk and we go over stuff like that, and try to keep it day by day. So
okay.
Yeah.
Home runs 48, 49, and 50. And I know it's all hard for perspective, so I'm going to ask you, what is the perspective from those close to you? What are you hearing from your parents and your family right now as you do this?
Just a lot of congrats. A lot of people are very proud, very happy for me, which is awesome. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, it's a really cool situation that it doesn't happen every day. So just try and take it in, enjoy it, and take it one game at a time.
What does it mean to you that they were from the right side?
I mean, to me, I know I've always been able to hit from the right side. It does make it a little sweeter, I guess, since I've been told before, or whether it's direct or indirectly that I can't hit from the right side. So it does make it a cool little thing, but I'm past that in the sense of that, and I know I can swing it from the right side, and it's just taking a little more time. But it was good. It was great. Cool moments for sure. That a lot of my homers have been from the left side, so to do that from the right side was a cool moment.
Did the 448 surprise you?
I don't trust anything that the stats say as far as that stuff goes. I don't believe in any of that stuff. So as far as the data, it could be different. So everywhere you go, you don't know.
But it might be 446. It might be 449. I mean, that was a monster home run.
Oh, thank you.
Along those lines, this question was asked of me on the radio the other day, and my answer was automatic, and it started to turn the other way. Yours, when we think of you, what swing do we think of? And I said, the left swing. I mean, just, out to right field, following it and everything else. Mm-hmm. And then, man, that one in the second deck, 48, was pretty amazing. And then, for emphasis, off of the scoreboard. I mean, when you think of your swings, which swing comes to mind first? What's the prettiest one? If you had to draw your logo right now, which swing would you draw?
Oh, boy, I don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough for a logo yet. So I think I don't know. To me, I mean, the obvious one is the clinch home run, right? I mean, just with that kind of the magnitude and what that meant and the moment, and couldn't draw it up any more perfect, right? So I think that's probably the one with the one hand finish with the bat out. That's kind of the one that sticks in my head. But I've had a lot of them that I've appreciated. I remember my first home run. It's very similar to Cole Young's the other day when he hit that one that went so far at you, like you didn't know he had that kind of juice. Win the second deck, and mine did that as well. It was my first home run. I remember it was off Frankie Montas. It was a really cool moment as well. And I remember Ben, our photographer, took my photo the other day with the 49th home run, and it was kind of funny because like the last time he had done that, I was holding my first home run ball, and it was just kind of like a full circle moment.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you AI'd your logo yet?
No, that's somebody else can do that for me.
We might just have to do that and present it to you next week.
Yeah, it'd be good.